And welcome back, everyone, for another evening of game development streaming. I'm going to go over the stuff we've been working on for about a week now, trying to get everything all set up for the vertical slice mission and level. I can show you what we got going on in here. I can go through. So the name of the vertical slice mission is a 3-key boss. I'll probably change that when we're finally releasing it to the when I get the build out on itch, and we'll name it the vertical slice. And I've got all these with the new level system set up. This each one of these is now set up and should work in that new system, so people should be able to play all four of them. I don't recommend anybody play the sandbox. I just use that as a testing ground for stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and run the 3-key boss. And I went ahead and I built a simple AI director that will manage threat levels, spawn monsters at different rates based on how much running you've been doing and how far you've been, waiting idly in an area, and then trying to figure out where the spawns are appropriate in the streets versus appropriate spawns inside rooms. So go ahead and run this guy up. And so I'm going to run a couple of different configurations at start. Actually, let me just go back. I did do another pass at cleanup for the end of level and quitting and completing missions. So it should be cleaner. There really shouldn't be much hanging on between levels being set up and cleaning. So you can see there's a new seed in here. That's like I said earlier, we use 2 different seeds, one for the layout and one for the random seed for all the interior layouts. So if I run this one again, it should be spawning you in a different room with a different configuration. And again, this the way that I've set it up has there's like 9 different places or 8 different places you can spawn. There's 4 different map layouts right now. They all use the same basic chunk configurations for the static geometry, but I'm going to be adding more static geo levels to it. I also fixed a bug with the perk system. So now when you select a perk and you quit the match, it'll actually maintain your perk list. It was originally was deleting them and removing the static bonuses. So I also made a couple quality of life things here. If you go to open a door, it will open adjacent doors next to it. So now I can just not have to open both doors individually. Still will destroy the doors individually. And I put a couple of more debug stuff in the console log. You can see threat level is ratio from 0 to 1 in the top. So I can keep an eye on what my threat level is currently. And as monsters spawn in the street and in the rooms, threat level will drop, and then certain monsters drop the threat level significantly more than others, and then only certain monsters spawn while the threat level's at a high threshold. So and there's another piece there where it will actually adjust the spawn rate. And I spent a good portion of the afternoon building a system to where if you run past monsters, like I'm gonna run away from this necromancer, it will cache the necromancer when he does not have a target, and then it will spawn him next to you during the next spawn interval. So you really can't run from them forever. Let's see, I don't think I actually set up. This is one of the few chunks that I didn't set up street spawners. So I'm gonna go to a different chunk. Yeah, here it is. So boom, it probably cached a couple guys that I ran from, and then adjusted by spawning other guys in the interval. So when I spawn that big guy, this mini boss here, the threat level dropped down significantly. I think it drops the threat level almost by 30% or maybe even more. I think it's 40%. So you won't see those guys very often. That was the biggest issue I had with the survival mode, is I don't want to see those guys popping up all the time. And so if you're outside, it will just keep spawning monsters left and right, and you really kind of don't get much progress in the map until you actually start going into places. Oh, it looks like I got locked up. Sometimes it just it'll free up in a second here, maybe. Maybe it's because I got this thing running. Alright, let me just start another one. I've played like 4 times in a row through the full mission, so I'm sure whatever that lockup is happening is not related to anything other than something like core and Godot or something weird with the editor. That was, see, that's the same looking room. I'm gonna go find their room. Come on. There we go. Okay, this is an outdoor area. And I'll run through this real quick to show you what the general design of the game mode goals for this mission is. There's going to be, you know, searching in these rooms, finding equipment, getting some levels, and with the ultimate goal of you finding the exit portal, which is only accomplished by defeating a boss at the center of the level. But to get to the boss, you actually need to collect 3 key colors. So I actually built these cool things. These are exploding barrels. We finally got exploding barrels in the game, which you kind of have to have in every video game. Unfortunately, they didn't chain damage. That was really upsetting. Anyway, I'll have to turn their health down so where they'll just blow up in one hit. All the sewers have been built, so you now have sewers of both colors. And I actually changed one of the mechanics I had originally for the sewers was that you had an entrance and an exit. You had to go through the correct direction in order to get through the sewer, but kind of like it better if you can just go into either side with a new weapon. I also increased the spawn rate of weapons and utilities for now in the loot drop tables. Let me go see if I can't find... Oh, there's another portal through here. I'm really just trying to find these keys, and I have a printout of them, their locations in the editor right now, but I'll be pulling that out. Let me just go... Hopefully, I'm hoping I can just find them organically, because there shouldn't be too many more places for me to search. Man. Let me see if this is... So this is... Okay, so it's the other side of the map that actually has the way to get into the boss area. You run through this. I haven't found a single key yet. Also fixed a bug with that chill effect. It was causing you to get stuck with the various states that you get into with held attacks. It would stick you, and then it would actually run the lock after the input was processed, so it would do some really strange things. Man, I am not finding any of these keys. They're here. Just gotta figure out where they're at. I'm just letting the threat level build up, unfortunately. I'll have to do some adjustments because it does get a little chaotic after you let the monsters in the street build up to a certain level. Especially these necromancers that kind of just kick your butt and keep bringing all the guys back. And that doesn't modify the threat level, so they just keep coming. I think I see one by now. There are 3 in the level. No. So what this also does is it divides the monsters into a street monster pool and a room monster pool. So they're actually now split into 2 different pools that I can pull from. and kind of track these guys' health and counts for a threat. Gonna need to bandage up pretty soon. There's one key. Okay, found a key. I'm gonna try and bandage here. Nope. Won't make it. Let me see if I can find a corner to bandage in. Here we go. I do have a bunch of levels too. I should spend those levels. Okay. Maybe there's a key over here. So I got 2 keys pretty quick. Okay, that's a problem. So this is one of those rooms that locks you in, and it's got a high enough threat level where it spawns one of the big guys. Okay, now I can get out. I removed a bunch of these rooms where they lock you in, unless it's very particular, so... Okay. Okay, there's not much options left. I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of these in this chunk. And I'm plenty leveled. This is the room I didn't touch. So, one more dude should spawn pretty much right here. And that will free me. Okay. Where's that key? Well, I've already got a thing running on mobile, but it's been a little while, so I have it on my, had it run on my Pixel 3, but that was some time ago. I haven't really done another. I need to do another perf pass is basically what it comes down to. I built a whole joystick and everything for it, but those are all, by now they're all deprecated. But, I mean, you can see, even with all these guys, I'm still running 150 FPS. Not horrible. Probably could do better. Did a guy slip out of here? He probably did, didn't he? There we go. That's another bug, is that one bug right there where you just saw a guy spawn and then get pulled outside. I don't know how that guy spawned there. That was weird. That bug basically is the way that I track new monsters being spawned at spawn points has to do a deferred call because it's using the physics engine to check line of sight. So there's my red key. I'm gonna get the hell out of here because it is pretty oh, I can't get out of here because there's a barricade in the way. I'm gonna clear these guys out first. I don't know if I have any good utility. I do. I got grenades. That's pretty chaotic, but you get it. Someone better than me will have no problem in this stuff. Let me get out of here and get to the boss. Oof. Let me level up while I'm here. Get some more speed on me. Okay, so you see these three doors, and there's 2 boss chunks, one that enters from the east and one that enters from the west. And then I built the new system for boss tracking, so you see he's got a big boss name that appears that will track his health as he's close enough to you. So if I were to get far enough away from him, I'll actually turn off. Oh, he just keeps chasing me. Let me just kill him. It should disable it once he's killed. And obviously this guy's been given more health than a standard one of these dudes. Okay, and then the exit portal will appear. So this is how the mission will end, and then I've got a really basic mission complete screen, and gets you right back out of here. So that's the real basics of that. But I've also got like a single room for testing the boss, and all that does is it just brings you into a spawned location in this room. You still have to trigger there's the trigger to get the boss to come out is near the door, and he'll pop out. So I can test boss events pretty easily in here. Once I get more abilities on the boss, it's going to be really important to keep this mode up because I want to be able to get in there quickly. And then I've got survival mode should still work. Oh, wrong line. I'll delete this guy actually and create a new one. Survival mode should still work. Should still have all the stuff in it that I had. I think I've got all my weapons and stuff still stored down here for all the cooler weapons that we've got. Like I said, you can still find some of these weapons in the standard game right now, but the drop rate's so low. I gotta either, I don't even know if certain weapons are part of the drop table yet. I think it's just the first 3 weapons I worked on that are part of the drop table. So I think this still won't be the only place you can check out all the weapons. Let me get out of here. So let's go over what I'm gonna work on tonight. Is basically I'm trying to get the build up on itch with the features I've got on right now. I'm just looking at a handful of networking bugs between clients in all the modes. Actually, I'm having an issue that I ran into just before the stream started with some replicated properties. Now I'll need to go over here. I built a system that handles state replication, and what that does is I define a list of properties. Now where the heck did I put it? It's the creature manager. Let me find the creature. Where is it? This guy. So actually it's probably just look the monster. Now monster is inherited from creature, and both of them have an interface called a net actor, and that's an interface they built that handles how I track what different messages and what replication pieces go to which characters. So when I send stuff across the network, I always send it across with a thing that I've set off with a U short, which is basically a GUID. So I know exactly on the other side of a message which net actor to send the message to, and then the making sure that net actor is the correct net actor, has the replicated properties that are needed. And the repvar system looks like this. I create a list of these classes, and they're just this class of replicated actor properties. And then I've got a getter and setter, which will take in something like an actor state, and it will convert it to whatever byte structure that my replicated property uses, and return that when it needs to return it, and then it will change the property in this class. Open this guy up. So a replicated property will, when it gets called to replicate, it will find the players that are in the server, and as the player doesn't have the same properties as what's been handshaked by the owner of this thing, it will keep posting to that player. And the player, when he receives it, will get that message and do a handshake back to the person who sent him the replicated property, and then he'll update it. So when the handshake occurs, this thing will stop sending that replicated property. So it just sends these unreliable messages until the handshake occurs at a fixed rate. And obviously I do things like a relevancy distance in there as well, so I'm not sending this message across to players who don't care about it. So somebody across the level is not going to receive all the replicated properties of like a door or something like that that they don't really care about, is not relevant to them. It holds off. But for things like creatures and monsters, there's a handful of things that I have to do because of this bug that came up, and it's probably something I introduced while messing with the monsters with these monster pooling thing, or maybe I did something in the monster class itself. But I have the most basic property on all of my net actors is this thing called actor state, and let me just peek at it here. It basically tells me if this actor class is ready to be pulled from. Like I pool the monsters and projectiles and all the stuff into a pool, and if they're free, which means they haven't like been loaded, they haven't had something assigned to them, it can pull from that, and then it's got an activating state, which is like it's currently loading. All of my loads are done in an async scene loader script, so it's basically running its own thread to load them over time, not on the main thread. And then when it completes that, it returns it back and says it's activating. So the problem I'm having right now is the remote clients don't get this deactivating message, and I don't know why. And I've been going through step by step, and I can show you exactly what that looks like real quick before I start banging my head at it for a little while here. So I'm actually going to go back to here. I'm on Godot 3.5. I noticed there's a 3.5.1 came out, but I haven't upgraded yet, so I want to grab this one. This one has the log. And you see, I'm just printing all these actor states for all of the. This is for all the creatures in the game. Like I said, I've got a pool of 100 monsters and 4-player creatures. So that's kind of where you see these, and these individual IDs are their GUID. So when it sends across the network, it finds the GUID and uses that U-short information to, determine what kind of creature, what kind of thing it is, and then all sorts of data about it. And that makes it so I can keep my my networking as agnostic as I really. The thing is, I had done a couple of different tests. Using like Steam, using Godot's networking, so I wanted to keep it as loose as I could, and just using GUID as opposed to relying on something inbuilt was just safer for me. And if I ever decide to move it over to Steamworks or something, I can still do that. Where the heck did this guy go? This guy is here. This is the one that's run, and that's going to be my client, and I'll run one of these. Okay, so this will be the server. Come on, it's locking up already. I don't know. Every time I run like this with this console open, it tends to just crap out. But I need to use that console because I don't want to be digging through the logs every time. Let me close it real quick. Run it again. It probably crashed this whole thing. Oh, no, we're good. There we go. Print that again. So, I'm using the sandbox, and I'm going to put these two guys together. So, it's connecting them. They're all connected. We've got a vote to start. Okay. So, I have this set up to where if I move over to these two squares, it will spawn an imp. or whatever. It spawns something over there. It's gonna go blow himself up. Okay, get him to come over here. And so you notice that there's packet receiver prints and packet sender prints coming from both clients to make sure that this character's in sync. And if I kill him, is the biggest problem is when I kill him, it's sending the index of 0, which is what I was looking at. That is my actor state index. And does it receive it? And you can see on the left here, it's gonna delete this creature, and on the right it will remain because he did not get the updated property. You see, we're getting property updates for index 1 and 2, and I'm not getting the 0. But I am sending it. That's the thing that upsets me, is this thing is sent across, but it stops getting sent, which means that it got a handshake. I don't know how, because I don't think this thing sent a handshake. I think that's the next step, is to figure if this thing actually... What's weird is this guy never even says he receives the property. Let's see. He gets the property 0 at the very beginning, and these are the properties of the creature. So it gets this guy. Let's see. Creature actor state active and activating. That doesn't make sense though, because he should not be getting those until he handles the property index. Unless I've got something in the print backwards. Okay, so whenever my packet receiver receives a replicated actor property, it goes into here and figures out the actor type. And so we're in creature, and then it goes to the creature manager, because when a property replicates across, and say the creature is not alive, is not active on the remote client, I've got functions in the creature manager to activate him and turn him on and get him to go to the position he's supposed to be at, give him the health he's supposed to have. But you can see I've got handle property index here, and that's sitting after the actor state replicates to activating, which doesn't make any sense to me. That should be the other way around, right? Yeah, because this should... That's my one creature. And it handles those indices. And if property index is 0, I say, okay, just let him handle it. I thought it was this where I said apply to a creature and then I didn't handle it. This is where I go, okay, if I can't apply it to the creature, like he's not active, then don't apply the packet, and if he's free, turn him on. But like if I'm getting a actor state that's activating, I don't really care. If he's deactivating, I don't really care. But it seems backwards. It really does. This actor state is getting an update. Receive monster spawn data. That is the hero spawn. And it looks like I went through here, I got the property index of 1, and then it asked him to spawn. Yeah. It's odd. Because why would it get this replication? Let's see. So I'm going to do a I guess I'll just breakpoint into it with this guy. This guy froze up again. That's okay. That's okay. What I want to do is I want to figure out a good way to breakpoint into here. So I need to do this. I need to make sure that the creature I'm loading is actually a monster. Then I want to just breakpoint into this, because then I can get a call stack. And this thing can close. Okay, so I've got this guy running. Run one of these again. Yeah, this log, every time it just destroys it. I wonder if there's some bug in 3.5. Mono. I'll open up a regular one. Why not? I really need to get something to work with the get a better log. Alright, so I now have a breakpoint in for when the monster replicates over. Okay, so great, he replicated. I got index 0. That should be a handful of properties. Looks like it doesn't. I don't want to disconnect accidentally. If you let it sit long enough, it will kick you. Okay, now I have a breakpoint again. Let's see if I can get a property across. Oh, it is going to be, it's every hit. Oh, man. Okay. That is unfortunate. I'll have to dig even further into it. So, property index of 1, that's probably his creature state. And that's probably creature state again. Why not? I guess is it not sending? Oh, he already deleted it. Okay, let me back out. So interesting to turn it on when the bat's dead. Or whatever I'm spawning. Okay, it's dead. Shouldn't send anything but a actor state index. Come on. And no, it never even sends it. That is so bizarre. Not anything else in the way. If he does it, he must stop sending it at some point. I'll do the other side of this. I will break into the send portion. Okay, so let's make sure I got this. I want to grab this guy again. Make sure the creature's not null because it could return a non-creature. Make sure that guy's a monster, and then we will get this guy. We will send the packet. For when you die, you have to send it. I'm going to play this in editor. So this is going to be this guy's going to be the again, this thing. This guy is going to be the server, and this guy will be the client now. Okay, I'm gonna kill that bat, and then we'll see if, or whatever it spawns, and then we'll hit the breakpoint. It should give me 10 seconds before the breakpoint is required. Okay. He doesn't send it. So there must be something on this guy that says I am no longer. See, it says right here. It sends it once. The monster is sending all of these variables across, but once it gets, and then it goes to deactivating, and it doesn't update it on the other clients, doesn't bother sending that out. It's so weird. I don't know what's going on. So, that means this thing isn't actually sending, so is this thing not set to replicate? No, it has to be replicating because this guy receives updates for certain things replicating. Like, it gets this actor state. It gets this when it activates. It doesn't. So, no process when it's none. Creature. Player. Okay, so we're doing actor state replication for a bunch of stuff. So this one gets sent across. And this has a broadcast interval. Huh. All I'm thinking is maybe there's something going on with this list getting cleared. So when the controller is ready, it clears the rep var list, which means old rep vars aren't being sent out anymore. But there should be a new list, so it really shouldn't matter. And it clears the old list anyway. Man, I don't know, man. That's crazy. I don't change anything with the network information. But when he does deactivate, let me try to see what happens when he deactivates. Don't need this guy. Let me just make sure I'm at where I need to be. So I need to go down to I think it's on the creature actually. I think it's down to the point where it actually runs the death behavior. So we need to find where it sets deactivate. And actually, I want us to do the check the replicate lifetime. That's interesting. There is a relevancy distance on these things. I wonder if there's something going on with that. Let me see if I can try. I mean, it's a big area, so that shouldn't be a problem. Although, now that I think about it, when this creature is deactivated, it moves to a location that's out of the screen space, so it will be pretty far away, and therefore it might not send that data across. Let me try that. Let me see if there's actually I can set it right on the property itself, so that this property is always super relevant. Let me see, always relevant stuff. I think it's in the monster, so I've got to define it. Actually, I think it is in the creature. It's define replicated properties. There is I made an overload for these replicated active properties. So, always relevant, set that to true. That means no matter where it is in the world or what the relevancy distance is, it will always replicate. Let me close these guys. If this is it, I'll be very happy. This has got a pretty decent chance of being a problem. Okay, so they're both here. Nope, that's not it. God damn it. That would have been nice. Let's see, if it's sent anything, it's deactivated and it's free. But it doesn't send it across, so he never gets it. Let's see if just to keep my sanity, I want to make sure that the relevancy distance is respected. I'll just do this just to make sure I didn't miss anything. We'll set these distances to a couple more zeros. That should be enough. And let's see if there is a difference. After I finish this this book, I've got a handful of extra things on my list related to networking as well. I want to get the trying to get some client authoritative hits in. Do some more work on the character movement, making it a little more smooth across the network and a little less latency on each. Maybe a little bit of prediction and reconciliation on that stuff. Okay. It's really weird that it doesn't bother to send it. Yep, doesn't send it. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't send it though. That's the weirdest thing. Okay, so back to this. We've got here where it deactivates. The timer, when he dies, starts this dead timer. And when the timer's done, it runs this process on the server. The server sets the actor state to deactivating. And this should check on it should update it on the replicated property, and then when the replicated property changes, it should find all of the other clients and replicate for them. So what I need to do is figure out why it is no longer sending that property. So what I want to do, I think the next thing is to go into here and just, I guess I could breakpoint. I could breakpoint on this guy, because this is going to mean the server has deactivated it. And then I can get into here and figure out what I need to do is I need to break into the replicated property for this guy. So once that happens, I will go into here and figure out what's going on in that class. Actually, I want to run it right out of here. Okay, run the sandbox again, and then this should break point once that once the creature deactivates on the server, and then we can kind of look at what's going on the server when it's supposed to send that property over. Oop, don't want to walk in there accidentally. Okay, so we should be getting a breakpoint in a couple seconds. Okay. So we've got this at this point when it's deactivating. Let's take a look at our actor state rep bar. So this should give me a bunch of information about what all the players have sent me in terms of the rep var. It's the M property. That must be the type. So property bytes, and then let me actually get back to here. Non-public members, base, yep, now I need to get these guys. So I've got player properties. This tells me which player, so the player property of me is null. That doesn't make any sense. Let's see, that's my player name. I guess it doesn't send it to me. But this should be the player property of the other player, and that says he's active on the other player. Because if you look at the enum list, 3 is active. Let me just check that again. So actor state. Let me go to peek that. Yeah, so he is 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so he's considered active. Interesting. So now I'm set to deactivating. And then I'll go figure out. So I called deferred free. But what I want to see is if this thing is still doing replicated prop lifetime. That might be a problem too, setting the network master to an invalid number. That could be a big problem actually. I won't comment that out just now, but I will remember that. And oh, what happened? Oh, must have disconnected from the client. I'm like not on the network anymore. Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna comment this guy out because I'm wondering if that says my network master being invalid later down stops the relevancy checks. Let's give it another shot here. I'm gonna keep that breakpoint in. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna keep that breakpoint in at deactivating. And I want to keep one here once I get past it. Close this guy. And we'll run client. Alright, so server and the client. Go spawn this dude. Blow us up. Alright, so he will be dead very shortly. And then once it hits that breakpoint, gotta look quickly at the replicated properties breakpoint. Oh, I don't wanna break it yet. Come on. Should hit this one. There it goes. Okay. So it is still going through. Let's take a look. So that relevancy distance is... So this is property, this is the right property because I think that, let's see, the index is 0. And that should replicate. I think it disconnected me again. The session will have to reset after a while. I gotta change that timeout on that. But I just want to see if it's actually working with that networking change. Okay. Let's see if he gets sent. weird. It does look like there's supposed to be coins there. No, it didn't get it. God damn it. Why is this happening? I don't know. Yeah, it did get all the way back to that property, and it looked correct. It looked like it was supposed to send the correct one. Let's see when I stop broadcasting. See, here's where it should have originally started the broadcast. It stopped the broadcasting, but I turned that off because I want to be able to determine if you're no longer around. Okay, so fine. Not online, and I'm not the network master. Stop the broadcasting. That's interesting. I don't know if that matters. Because that network master being wrong would stop the broadcast timer. But I only call set broadcasting in 2 places. And I believe they're all set to true. So let's see, where does this thing set broadcasting? In hero and here. Okay, and the monster. Let's see. Okay, so bottom line, and I am the network master, replicate. And then if I am not active, don't send the creature somatics, which is just movement in position data. And then this does another thing where it broadcasts the somatics, and this is the do lifetime props. Let me do another thing. I will check in. You know what I could do? I could do a no, because that's the handshake. Let me think about this. I could break into here and grab my first repertoire. Can I get anything off of this guy? I think they're all private variables. I'll expose some of them. Just to figure out what's going on. What I want is to grab this, player properties. This will give me a dictionary list of all the players, and we'll figure out what the hell's going on. And the value pair is a player and a byte. It's byte array. And if I recall correctly, this is just a single byte, so there might be actually an issue there, but I don't think so. I'll just do a pair. Okay. And I will just do a real quick check here. Equals 0, var equals null, or repvar count is not 0. Okay, we'll just do a return, and then in here, what I want to do is pair dot value, and this is a byte array. Let's see if I can just get the single byte. Actually, I can just get the single property. Byte. Let's get the pair dot value, and that should be fine. And then, what's the name of this thing? This is called an actor state. Actor state. Yes. Pair. So here, I always like to put the name of the class I'm in. Pair dot key name. And then the actor state that came through. And that should be fine. Okay, and then I'm just gonna watch that print out. Actually, let me do this too. I have the logs for a packet receiver, so I don't get overwhelmed with the log. Actually, let me change the on-ramp. I'll turn this guy off because it just spits out a million of them. We'll turn off the logging here. And we'll give that one a shot. Oh my god, crash. It's probably because of what I just added. So do lifetime replicated props. So the byte array could be null. Whew. I'm hoping that once I get through this piece of it, it's I got a couple more features I could put together and not have to worry so much about it. So all those are getting active, hold pretty consistently. So it's and is it gonna send it? No, it's just sticking. It's wait a sec, he did disappear. I don't understand why. Let me try that one more time, because that doesn't seem right. The fact that he did not receive it is really weird. So I am Jacob. I should be sending it to Carl. No, I'm only sending it to Jacob. I don't know why, but he's getting the message now. I have no clue. That is the most strange thing. I don't know what I did to fix it. It's never a good sign. Let's run into a different level. Yeah, I don't get it, because that player properties should be sending it to other players. So let me just run one more check, because I'm pretty sure that's the wrong. Okay, so he runs. So this character is Carl, creates the match, and this guy runs. And he will join. And Jacob, yeah, so he's Jacob. That was correct the last time. The real question is, why is he now getting the message? Because it doesn't even send it to him. It says that he's still active. Right in the printout here, he's still sending the active state. And he's just sending it over and over again. I don't know why he's sending active, though. Why would he send active when the creature is not? He should be sending the free state. There's definitely something fishy going on. So he replicates across, and he gets that guy's actor state for the value. There's something weird going on, because this should be sending across the correct actor state. Okay, let me just look again. So I have an actor property, and I want to send the actor property across. Let me just dig through this thing now. So is relevant to player. That is just a relevancy distance check. Okay. If the game is online and the player network master is 1. What is up with that? Why would that be Is Network Master 1 the server? Or is 0 the server? Let me just double check on Godot. Network master, okay, so it says, yeah, it's always, which is not changed, always going to be the server ID 1. So, did I do something here to set the network master to 0? I disabled that. That network owner here is at the set data time. And that's the hero, so that doesn't count. Okay. Let's see. Just make sure I did this right here. So is relevant to player, and then get relevant players. There's got to be something going on right in the actor property, because he is sending. He's got to be sending either the wrong thing across, or he stops. He just doesn't send it because he's not an active actor. So replicate property. If always relevant is true, replicate the property. So it should replicate the property. Okay. Let's just take a look at regular replicated property. This thing inherits from, and so changes the property, update the property. Let me just see if there is an actor state. No, there's no actor state in here at all. Okay. Weird. I don't know. We'll keep looking. The fact that it works now is kind of scary, considering I don't think it actually is getting across to the other client. I mean, he clearly gets the deactivate. Let me close these down and run like the sandbox. If you ever do networking, this is a big chunk of networking is figuring out all the weird states that things can get into. Okay, so it's clearly set to active, which means that here comes these guys. So if I kill this guy, now you can barely see his corpse here. And go over here and find a dude I can kill with. Gotta stop pushing buttons so close to the mic. Yeah, all these things are getting the correct data of the dead creature, which is really weird because it shouldn't be. No, it's not, because I got this bug again where these creatures are in a bad state. Am I getting errors in here too? I used to get errors on these guys. This is what I was noticing earlier, is Either the creature state or the actor state doesn't get replicated across. Yeah, so I'm guessing something weirder is happening. Yeah, the fact that these things are all set as active is just telling me that it's not getting the correct data. Okay, I want to see this property handshake too. Since we're here, I mean, he should be constantly replicating that thing across until he gets, until he knows those are both the same. So we're going to go to the replicate property, and we're going to take the actor property replication. Where's my actor property thing? It's somewhere in here. And we're going to just figure out what's going on. Could be the equity issue. Or the equality. Let's go. So if they're 2 byte arrays and they are not. Let's see. This is my. Just checks the byte arrays to see if they are the same size. And if they are and have the same value, then they're equal. Okay, so that's my length. And let me see. So this should, they're both null, they're true. If one is null and the other isn't null, then they're false. If this, then we do the length count. We run through each length. And then we check to see if the values are the same between them. Although I'm not seeing the value needing to be the same other than the length needing to be the same. Let me see. So I is 0. If I is greater than length, and okay, so those values are being compared. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to, since this is always relevant, I want to check if it's actually sending. Actually, it's not even doing a check for equality. It's constantly sending it across. So why is it doing that? That's really weird. Oh no, it's not. It really runs through here. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so it is replicating index 0 an awful lot. That's interesting. So, oh, it's because it's just happening through here. So I've got all of these property lists. If the player is my local player, don't replicate across. And then if it's equal, don't replicate. So what I want to do is I want to grab this guy and seeing if it's replicating index 0. So it really should get the handshake and then stop replicating. But where I broke earlier, it's not, doesn't care. Okay. It should do a replication sometime here when it disappears. No, it doesn't even do it. Jesus Christ, what the hell? And it's weirder, he's disappeared, which tells me that something did replicate. Yeah, I don't know. That is weird. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see how long we can go on. Maybe I'll just stop the stream early and mess this a little bit. We'll get a new build up, hopefully by tomorrow, once I get this thing tied up, and I'll probably put out another build and post vlog to show all the stuff that was updated. And then I've got a couple more features I want to add to the core game. So at least we'll play this single player. Yeah. All right, I'll see everybody next time. Thanks for stopping by.